Joe,
Hmm.
you ever heard of Petey Wheatstraw, the devil's son-in-law?
I believe I have heard of old Peter Wheatstraw, the devil's son-in-law.
Good.
Uh, I believe this one was probably the first Rudy Ray Moore movie that I watched, so it has always had a special place in this whole heart of mine, Tom. Um, this is about the world of comedy. You
Well, Joe, before we get into what this movie's about,
Right, right.
let's do a little backstory. You just watched the movie. Did you notice Jerry Jones in it?
The guy that owns the Dallas Cowboys, I did not see him.
He's the cop from the first one.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
okay,
Doc.
so yes, he originally wrote a treatment for this, and it was a lot more heavy and horror inspired. Didn't have, the Rudy Ray Moore stuff we've come to know and love. So he either wasn't on it because they didn't like his treatment, or as he said, I had other stuff to do. So whichever way you want to take it. So Cliff Rockmore wrote and directed it. This was the first movie that Cliff Rockmore felt was his. So he like called it his baby, and this was his movie. And he didn't want to make another Dolomite movie because that was an established franchise. He wanted to branch off and do something different to see if he could make it on his own. He changed the fucking name, and this could be a Dolomite movie, dude. So, yeah, and if you notice, Lady Reed, she's pretty much a background character in this one.
Yeah.
She felt old Jimmy Lynch was taking her place, and Rudy Ray Moore was pushing her to the side. And we'll see how it is going forward. This has a couple cameos from the same type of comedian that Rudy Ray Moore is, who put out like the party records and shit like that. We got Wild Man Steve. He was in the $6,000 N Person, aka Super Soul Brother. Pretty funny movie. If you like this shit, the Rudy Ray Moore stuff, check that out. And Leroy and Skillet, which also they were like a black Cheech and Chong, and they did fucking party records and
Yeah.
shit like that. So this was the first one where they had an actual budget. They had all their departments filled that they needed. So they were going to go out and make not a Dolomite movie. Joe, what is this not a Dolomite movie about?
Well, this one, we start out with the birth of Dolomite. He was born in a hurricane, Tom. Um,
In the middle of?
Middle of a hurricane. And he comes out not fully grown, but he's, like maybe
Well, before he comes out, what comes out?
a watermelon. A watermelon. Gives birth to
Well,
a watermelon, and then,
which you notice a couple watermelon things in this movie, and that was just a little joke Cliff Rockmore did, like making fun of the watermelon stereotype. Okay.
yeah, so he's birthed and he comes out doing his rhyming, slaps his daddy around for disturbing him all the time when he was in the womb. And and then we later on see that this kid's not so tough because he's getting his ass beat by four kids on the street, that's the fucking ruin his groceries. But an old man takes pity on him and decides to teach him the ways of the warrior, Tom, the Bushido way. And yeah, he's learning all this karate stuff, sword play, uh, all that. But he makes a confession. Hey, this is great and all, but I just want to do comedy. So we fast forward.
He's fucking training, becoming the best karate kid ever, and then just like, yeah, I don't think I want to do hamster style anymore. Oh, that's nice. I'm gonna save the world with comedy.
And that's what kids do. They lose interest in shit. So that was pretty realistic. Uh, we flash forward. He's an adult now, and he is on the comedy circuit. And it's all Rudy Ray Moore doing his thing. If you've seen Dolomite, if you've seen the last of the Human Tornado that we talked about, so that doing his rhyme and stuff. Talking shit to people in the audience. Tell them how fat they are or how ugly they are. Comedy.
Shut your ugly ass up.
Or I'll slap you with one of her teeth.
Oh, speaking of well, that's all right. That was a good spot. We can just cut it and put
Yeah.
it together. We'll be fine. It'll be a weird jump from
So
this, but
so he's about to go travel. He's going to take his comedy show on the road. Uh, and then we cut over and we look at the other guys, Leroy and Skillet, and they have just borrowed some money from the local mob type guy because they're going to put on a whole weekend worth of comedy and music and entertainment. And fuck yeah, they're all excited about it. Good guys aside from getting tied in with these mob types because that's never a good thing. But oh shit, old fucking Petey Wheatstraw is coming to town, you know, and that's gonna fuck everything up. Because yeah, whoever heard of two comedy shows going on at the same time? People aren't gonna go to both, Tom. You know, so this fucks everything up for them. They try calling old Petey Wheatstraws. Hey, you mind postponing? Because we got this show that we've been planning. And Petey Wheatstraw, like, I guess they owed him money or something. He's just being a dick about it. Nah, fuck you guys. I'm gonna do what I want. And right there, I kind of get this is not a good guy. He could have done them a solid, maybe, even opened up and they could have promoted him next weekend. Come and check out old Petey, but nah, he said, fuck you. I'm still going to do my show. And hey, they tried, man. They tried to fucking reason with him. So fuck, kill him, you know? First they kill some young little boy, and at his funeral, they decided to go kill everybody, fucking everybody. But luckily for old Petey and everybody else, the devil comes around. Says, hey, I got a deal for you, Petey Wheatstraw. If you marry my daughter, then you can, go back and have your revenge. And, well, Petey takes a look at the daughter and she's just, fucking ugly. She's a demon, what do you expect? But that's like a concession, it's like, hey, he's offering you a deal and he takes it. He takes it, Tom. He takes this fucking deal. And right off the bat, he's planning on getting out of it, backing out of it, double crossing the devil. So again, I don't like this guy. He's not a good guy. He gave the devil his word and he wants to try to back out of it. The devil even gives him a cane with power, Tom. Power to do all kinds of shit. Power to make people say things that they didn't mean to say or shit like that. Power to make fat women skinny. Uh,
make him a dog. Make him a dirty old dog. I can't even do it. I don't know what the fuck that bitch had in her fucking mouth, but goddamn. Turn him into a little puppy. And then she turned him into a little puppy.
Mm. Um, so he figures, okay, here's what we'll do. On the day that I'm supposed to get married, we'll get some hobo and we'll make a mask of me and put it on the hobo and send him to get married. You know, so it has a lot to do with your craft, Tom, of mask making, and when they put that mask on this guy, it looks just like Rudy Ray Moore. I mean, you can't even tell that this dude's wearing a mask. That's how good the shit is. Um, but that mask doesn't last. It's that cheap latex that just comes apart as soon as you touch it, and the devil knows that, hey, you're fucking two-timing me, man. No, that's not gonna work. Um, so he sends some demons in. We get some karate fighting, and I gotta tell you, those demon costumes are fucking great. You know, if I can put that shit together for next Halloween, I will definitely wear that shit. That is the fucking greatest demon costume I've ever seen.
I
Uh,
can help you with that.
shit. And the devil even gets him laid. You know, gives him his own bachelor party with like 8 demon women. He fucks them all, and still, I don't know, Tom. It's just like I can't like this movie as much now as I used to, just because Petey Wheatstraw is just a dick, man.
Yeah, the character, it's a lot of the same shit, but he just doesn't have the charisma as Dolomite did. Uh, Going back and watching it, like, yeah, this one doesn't hold up as great as the other ones. I still like it and it's fun, but yeah, upon rewatching it, it was just like, huh. Yeah, it doesn't have like all the elements. Like, dude, I guess after watching the human tornado and how fucking ridiculous that shit is, this one's like a toned down, more well made, like a more accessible movie for a wider audience and
Yeah.
lost some of its charm. Maybe they needed Jerry Jones.
It's still, like you said, got a lot of shit that I like. I like whenever Rudy Ray Moore gets scared, it's fucking priceless. The face he puts up, it's just great. Uh, the scene with the eggs is just stupid and funny. You know,
You and the fucking Three Stooges comedy, I swear, dude.
it's like whenever they're walking with like a plate of glass across.
No, I understand.
You see, Tom, it's an old gag.
Hmm. No, I get it.
It's great. The eggs just go flying. Oh man, that's so good. Yeah, but I definitely didn't like it this time out as much as I remembered. Still like it, but it's just probably not my top. After watching the rewatching the Human Tornado last week. But the Petey Wheatstraw song is damn catchy.
It
And I
is.
I have that album somewhere back here behind me.
Well, I got a signed Petey Wheatstraw poster, so why don't you go fuck yourself? But yeah, it's good. Just like all of them, we're gonna say watch it for sure because it's a fun movie. It's yeah, out of the core four, I gotta say this is the one at the bottom of the rung, but still, it's not or the rung at the bottom of the ladder. But still, that's not a bad place to be when they're all pretty entertaining movies.
And I gotta say, I like this interpretation of the devil. He's just kind of a nice guy. He likes to jog. Just trying to do something, trying to get business done and taken care of.
Yeah, and they could have had something more for Lady Reed in this one. It was kind of weird that she was like a lackey for
You're right.
Leroy and Skillet, not really in it that much.
Not at all. Yeah. I do like too when they're waiting for Petey Wheatstraw to fight everybody on top of the building. Hey, can we just run to my house real quick?
Yeah, she's all worried about, oh, my apartment's ruined.
uh,
Typical woman.
Good shit scattered throughout that made me still, crack up. But yeah, it's not the total package.
So next week, or not next week, I think it's the 12th. We're officially coming back. And yeah, we're gonna do the Disco Godfather. This is the one that tanked his career, and people say is one of the worst movies ever made. I happen to love it, and can't stop from dick dancing when that theme song comes on. And we'll talk all about that in a couple weeks. But I also checked out Rudy Ray Moore's comedy special, Rude. I think it was live from something or something when it was originally done. But kind of weird. He's doing like a theater in the round type setup. It looks like it's the club from Disco Godfather, but I'm not 100% sure. And I guess this was at a time when the movie money dried up and he didn't have shit. He was broke. So luckily, the comedy boom of the 80s was happening, and he was able to release this a few years after it was recorded. So that helped and all that. But it's just bits from all his records, and it's very staged. He does about 20, 30 minutes. Leroy and Skillet come on, do 10, 15 minutes, and then Rudy Ray Moore comes back out and does, 20, 30 more minutes. And I mean, it's funny shit, but it's like all stage shit from the records and shit. I mean, it's funny. It's funny the shit he's saying and how he's saying it. So I mean that, but it's dated and all that shit. I understand. Worth a watch if you like Rudy Ray Moore shit, because it is funny. It's just like this is a weird special because it's nothing new. It's
Mm.
just all pre-done shit from all your records and stuff. But I guess maybe now, because comedians these days do fucking an hour every year, sometimes more, and it's all new shit. So yeah, and it wasn't so widely available back then, so I can understand that shit. But yeah, it was all right. It was just shot kind of weird too. This one was directed by Cliff Rockmore as well, and I don't know. It was shot just kind of weird.
Hmm.
It was all right though. I liked it. I had a good time watching it.